And I'd like to dedicate, this is a Talkin Blues about two strangers who meet and discover they've got sort of strange names. And so they decide to get together and go home and assassinate their parents for doing it to them. And I'd like to dedicate it to everybody with strange names. Or all those wee Elvis McDonalds. You know, Engelbert Mackenzie. Yehudi McEwen. Omar McGuinness. There's bound to be some of them about the place. I'm telling you people, I got problems in my mind, something that's been bugging me for quite some time. As I wander through the world just looking for fame, the question keeps cropping up, what's in the name? Like Elvis, Engelbert, Bamber Gascoigne. I used to think that was a disease. Say, oh, he's down with a bamba. Oh no! He's got it right in the Gascoigne. Oh no! I love all that stuff. It's your Tom, he's in bed with his stomach. Say, I bloody hope so. So we can go to bed and send his stomach out for a pint. Please excuse Jimmy for being absent from school, as he had diarrhea through a hole in his balaclava. Talk about a guide to more picturesque speech. Did you ever wear a balaclava? Oh, I used to wear one to school. A jaggy one my auntie knitted me. Had ears like tomatoes. And a scarf outside my coat, crossed over and pinned behind me. I was like a penguin with wellies on. I knew a young couple once, their name was McCann, gave birth to a baby, a fine young man. Then they went to get him christened in the church in the lane. The priest nearly fainted when he heard the baby's name. He said, what? In Latin. They said, Genghis. He said, oh, come on. They said, no, Genghis. Now life's pretty hard as an ordinary man. It must get really hellish as Genghis McCann. Just wandering through the world looking for a friend. Luckily he found one in the end. He was a nutcase from Aberdeen called Napoleon Bonaccord Smith. Well, the two got to talking about trouble and strife and how they'd been laughed at all of their lives. Then, like Napoleon and Genghis did in days of yore, they rode home on horseback and evened up the score with rifles, bayonets, screw tops and swear words. So if you get yourself a baby and you're looking for a name, remember what I told you, because you might end up the same. You might get yourself in trouble, it's plain to see. Every word's true, you can count on me. William J. Connolly III. The J's for Josephine. And if you think I'm queer, Just ask yourself, who paid to get in, you or me? Good evening, and welcome to Late Call, Scotland's answer to the epilogue. My name is Canon O'Fodder, and I'd like to talk to you about life. As I see it, as it were, so to speak, to coin a phrase. And life, to me, is like an ashtray, full of little doubts. But then again, when one gets to think about it, it isn't like an ashtray at all, so to speak, as it were. Sometimes as we travel along in these troubled times and in the hurly-burly, life is like a tin of sardines. We're all jammed in together, and nobody can find the key. And no matter how hard you try, there's always a wee bit stuck in the corner that you can't get out. So life, to me, as it were, is a constant struggle trying to find a wee bit, as it were. Don't get me wrong. Which brings me to the next part of the sermon, although it has nothing at all to do with it. The other night, as I was strolling, casually, through one of the more picturesque parts of our beautiful city, Blythswood Square to be precise, I was approached by a young lady who asked me if I would like a short time. Well, I was so taken aback and shocked by this young lady's concern for my lifespan that I could only mumble a few words about how I expected to have quite a long time, barring accidents, of course. She said, well, that's not what I mean. I said, oh, of course, 9:10. She said, no, you've got me wrong. I'm in business for myself. I said, that's very clever for a girl of your age. And how's business? She said it couldn't be better. As a matter of fact, if I had another pair of legs, I'd open in Edinburgh. Which I must say confused me more than a little, I might add. And that brings me to the end of this week's sermon, entitled, How Does One Get to Heaven When Inflation's Running Wild All Round Us? Or if the big un reappeared, could we afford them in late call? Thanks.
Thanks a lot.